Thank you for watching WISD TV and welcome to another edition of Know Your Schools. My name is Dale Caffey. My special guest today is Brandon Cope. He's the new principal at Crestview Elementary. Mr. Cope, thank you so much for joining us today, and congratulations, because this is your first principalship, I believe.
It is.
So if you would talk a little bit about the excitement as we head into a new year.
I'm extremely excited to be at Crestview. This was my first time into elementary. I've worked at the secondary level, the middle school and the high school, and really am looking forward to getting down to the elementary. I think I got a unique perspective having seen what the students need to look like on the end. That brings me a new perspective of what needs to happen at the beginning. So.
It all started with you at Waco ISD several years ago at the middle school level, I believe, and then you went to the high school level and now you're elementary. So give us a brief synopsis, if you would, of your career at Waco ISD.
I've spent my entire teaching career at Waco ISD. I spent a few years at Cesar Chavez Middle School. I taught 8th grade math and algebra. And then after that, I went over to Waco High to be an assistant principal. I was there this past year, and then the opportunity opened up for me to go to Crestview, and here I am.
Now, we were talking a moment ago off camera before the interview started about this being sort of your second career. What were you doing before you got into education?
Before I got into education, I was in real estate. I did some sales and some remodeling and things like that. Just had a few small businesses and enjoyed it, loved it. But my passion is students. You know, it's fun to do what I was doing, but I need to work with kids. I've done it since I was 14, coaching and working in churches, and so education was a natural fit.
Talk a little bit about that background, because you also have been a youth minister for a while.
I have. My undergraduate work from Baylor was in religion. I was hired as youth minister when I was 18, and I've continued to work with the church since then, and we've done lots of different things, so it's been a great opportunity.
And when you talk about being a youth minister, you're talking about working with youth, obviously at the church level, but now you're in the schools. I mean, working with youth is something that you have a passion for.
Absolutely. I'm here for the kids. You know, everything that we do at Crestview, the question we're going to be asking is, how does this make the kids, or how does this affect the kids? If we can say that everything that we're doing is to make the kids better, then we're going to be doing okay. Have
you had a chance to get to know some of the teachers who you'll be working with this year?
I have. Crestview has a great staff, very experienced, very strong staff. I've had a few vacancies that we've filled, but it's going to be a very strong team at Crestview.
Talk a little bit about some of the initiatives that you're going to work on. Obviously, first and foremost, we're talking about those STAR exams that we have to do well on. Talk about some of the objectives you have for this coming year.
Well, you hit the nail on the head. The testing obviously is the key. We have to get the kids prepared for the next grade level. So the testing is just one component of it. That's kind of the benchmark for us. But we've got to get our kids ready to be promoted to the next level. We're going to do lots of stuff in the education facet. In addition, we're going to do some character building things. Our 5th grade program, we had a program called Boys to Men that was started last year, run by some of the assistant principals. And that program was a character building program for our young men, and we're going to continue that and hopefully expand that a little bit and try to include the 4th grade as well. And then we also have a program for the 5th grade young ladies. We're going to look at expanding that a little bit more and just trying to get these students not just the education side of it, but get them a social and character component as well.
Talk about some of the things you try to do, examples of some skills you try to teach in Boys to Men.
Some of the things that were taught last year by the staff was they taught them how to do a handshake, or how to look someone in the eye when they talk with them. Some other things they talked about was how a man treats a lady and how to open the doors and things like that. Just some manners and some good skills for boys to learn to get them going in the right direction.
And how important is that for that 5th grade youngster who's heading then off to middle school and beyond?
I think it's key. I think, you know, when students get off to middle school, it's a different ball game. You know, their mindset change, their body's going through changes, and there's lots of changes going on. And so when they're still elementary, there's still an impressionable stage to them, and the better habits that we can instill in them early on, the more likely they're going to take them with them.
You have some very strong partners in education, adopt-a-school partners at Crestview. Talk about some of those and what you're going to try to do to expand that.
Okay, we have Atmos Energy, who is a extremely valuable partner to us. We actually met yesterday with their people, and wonderful people. They have lots of initiatives. They care for Crestview like you wouldn't believe. They want to provide stuff for our teachers. They want to provide opportunities for our students, things for our parents. I mean, they've got a whole gamut of things they're looking to do this year for us. So it's going to be a neat partnership. We also have Grande Communications, who we've used. Grande puts on a pizza party for our end of semester students who had all A's, and then we have HEB, and we're actually going to look at developing some more partners as well this year.
Very good. You have quite a large campus too. In fact, I believe Crestview is one of the largest elementary campuses in Waco ISD. Talk about the challenge of handling what, between 700, 800 students, something like that.
Yeah, probably around 725 to 750. The challenge, I'm not sure. You know, I'm coming from Waco High. We had close to 1,500. So to me, it's going to be a little bit of a smaller scale. But you know, I think the key to managing any campus, whether it's big or small, is good systems and good people. If you have your systems in place, if you have your procedures and protocols, and everybody knows what to expect and that starts from the administration all the way down to the students. If everybody knows what to expect, then you can have success at any level.
How about parents? Have you had a chance to talk to any parents yet? I know the summer is not extremely busy through the doors, but once August gets here, you're going to have a chance to meet several hundred parents too.
I'm looking forward to meeting the parents. I think the key to the success of the student is the home. The more parental support, the more parental involvement we have, I think the better our campus will be. So we welcome any and all parent volunteers that are wanting to participate, and if they're looking to get involved, I encourage them to come up to the school once school starts, and we will see what we can do to get them plugged in somewhere.
And you yourself are a family man, I believe.
I am.
And talk a little bit about your family.
I'm married. My wife works at Baylor. I have 2 children, a 4-year-old girl who's just finished up the pre-K3 at Lake Air Montessori, and then I have an 8-year-old boy who's going to be starting 3rd grade this year. So.
Fantastic. Anything else you want to add in this interview before we wrap it up about your start at Crestview? You look like you're ready and raring to go and have been very busy this past summer.
It has been a busy summer. It's going to be a busier year, and I just encourage people to work with us, and we're going to have a good year at Crestview. Crestview is going to be a great place to be.
Great. Brandon Cope, best of luck.
Thank you, sir.
And thank you so much for joining us today on Know Your Schools. This is Brandon Cope, your new principal at Crestview Elementary. My name is Dale Caffey. We'll see you next time for another edition of Know Your Schools on WISD TV.